NHL on TNT post-game show presented by Vanda Pharmaceuticals. Chicago Blackhawks, 7 different goal scorers. They light up St. Louis. This is without Connor Bedard. Final score in this one, 7-3. We'll be talking about goalies, but not Spencer Knight. We're talking about some mysterious
Goalie
gate, yeah. We'll get into that in just a second.
Wow.
We're trying to clear up everything that happened in St. Louis. It was a rough night for Jordan Binnington. It was a good night for the Chicago team, which now is 2 points out of playoff position and 4 straight wins. Doing this without Connor Bedard.
All without Connor Bedard. And we talked to him after the second period? First period,
yeah.
And he was great. First of all, he was gracious with his time. But to see what they're doing without him, because they're clearly a different team, Gretz, with Connor Bedard in the lineup. But watching them play without Connor Bedard and seeing the creativity up and down that lineup, the future is so bright for the Chicago Blackhawks hockey team.
Well, you can see that they're a much faster team than they were in the past, much bigger team, playing with a lot more confidence. And, man, they're skating hard. They're on pucks. They forecheck. They play solid in their own zone. This coaching staff has done a really nice job with this young group. Listen, this is what's incredible about the National Hockey League right now. Any 8 teams seems like can get in the playoff on both sides.
Yeah.
The East or the West. Great for the fans in every city. It's great for hockey.
Let's talk about it a little bit more while taking a look at some of the offense for Chicago. Hereford, presented by Enterprise. Put 7 up against St. Louis earlier in the season. And against back in October, they do it again tonight. But some pinpoint passing here also.
Yeah, I love their movement. And we talked about it throughout the game. Just the accuracy on their passing, tape to tape. They were able to settle pucks down quickly and shoot the pucks. And they scored a lot of different ways. There were a couple east to west. There were pucks going through screens. There were deflections. They were really good at getting traffic in front of Binnington. I mean, he gave up 7, but a lot of the goals were through bodies and deflections. And again, it felt like they had a pretty simple game plan. Move the puck quickly, get people to the net, and good things will happen. And goals like that, a broken play, and they were right there to pick it up. So there were so many good things watching Chicago tonight. And when you talked about their confidence and how much 1 year can do, especially when you have a young group, but it becomes even more crucial. I think you have the right leadership in the room, the coaching staff. What are the messaging? Big step to me, watching them last year and seeing them now.
And last year we'd watch their power play and you're thinking, well, who's Connor Bedard going to play with? Like, who's thinking the game at that same level? Now Bedard's not in the lineup, Hank. You also have Frankie Nazar's not in the lineup either. And they're still snapping around like an elite power play. So the power play, that confidence could bleed towards 5-on-5. I think they scored 3 goals tonight in power play, and it definitely added towards their 5-on-5 dominance.
And you know what? Excuse me one second, because we're going to talk to one of the young parts of this offense right now. Oliver Moore joins us, goal and an assist. Oliver, great game tonight. It was fun to watch. We spoke to your teammate Connor Bedard earlier, and I think what came across is how much joy and how much fun it is playing for this team this year. Does this whole atmosphere feel a little loose and young and fresh right now in Chicago?
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. But yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a fun time. I mean, even outside the rink, like, we're all hanging out. We're all kind of around the same age. So, I mean, it's been probably the funnest I've had playing hockey, honestly. Just these guys coming in. I mean, it can be a grind of a schedule, but I think these guys just make it easy. Just being around them, and it's a lot of fun for sure.
Morzy, it's a great game. Every young player wants to step in and play in the National Hockey League right away. But you started the regular season in the AHL in Rockford, point-a-game player, playing so well that you forced Chicago to call you up. What lessons did you learn playing in the AHL that you've taken to the National Hockey League level?
Yeah, first of all, Ace, I just want to thank you. I remember I did a Zoom call with you. I'm a CIA hockey, so I did a Zoom call with you when I was probably around 15. And, you inspired me for sure to make the jump and to try my best to make it to the NHL and living out a dream. But yeah, like you said, starting in Rockford, I think honestly it was great for me. I gained a lot of confidence down there. The group we had down there with guys like Gretzky, just the veteran guy who really helped me. And then coming here, I feel like made the transition a lot easier. It's obviously a big jump from college to the NHL level. So, yeah, I was grateful for my time down there, and let's keep it going here.
Oliver, it's Hank here. You touched on your young group, a lot of skilled players. Who are some of the veteran guys that you young guys kind of lean on when things get a little more challenging?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. I feel like obviously, besides it's a young group, but guys like obviously our captain Nick Foligno, Connor Murphy, Jason Dickinson, those guys wearing the letters for us. You know, there's people we can lean on for sure, and then guys like Matt Grzelcyk. I mean, Ryan Donato. There's so many. I feel like I'm missing some guys, but just what those guys can do, like Berkey and Bert too. I mean, they're great outside the rink as well, and they're huge for me. I mean, just learning everything every day. It's a lot of new stuff for sure, but they make it easy.
Oliver, we really appreciate your time. Congratulations, great game.
Awesome game, man.
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate you guys.
Keep
Have a
it
good
going.
night.
Very, you know what's ironic about the game? Other than the one goal, I thought, the third goal that Murphy scored, you can't blame Binnington for the goals that were scored. There was a lot of tic-tac-toe and tips. But, you know, I just think sometimes we don't realize how important a captain is, especially for a young team. You don't just put a letter there for fun to have decoration. He's a very good captain for this hockey club, and you can tell he has earned the respect of all the young kids. And he's a professional. He practices hard, he plays hard. And the other thing is Jeff Blashill is a John Cooper disciple. They're a well-coached team. You can see them smiling on the bench. You can see them excited, but they play hard. And, you know, that's what this game is all about. So good for them. These young kids are coming along probably quicker and faster than the organization even thought they would because they're having fun.
Do you remember that Zoom call?
I do.
Do you?
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I've put a million Zoom calls, but I do remember, you know, speaking with him back in the day. And it's nice to see a young player, you know, take his game to a whole different level because you just never know. It's so hard to get to the National Hockey level, and just watching the way he's taken that next step. And, you know, speed is everything. And sometimes it takes young players a season or two for their hands to catch up with their speed, their thought process. But it looks like he has it right now. In the same draft as Connor Bedard. So all that attention was placed on Connor Bedard. He just hung out in the weeds, Hank, just bided his time. And now he's become a really good hockey player. But a lot of times you find these young players get impatient. They don't want to get sent down. They look at the emotion. They start dragging their lip. They don't want to put in the work. But he put in the work. He put in the time, put in the effort, and has made this pretty smooth transition back to the National Hockey League level.
Yeah, I wonder too, you know, when you have a teammate like Connor Bedard, and where you touched on earlier, the pressure that comes with it, being that type of player first overall, you enter the league and you feel the pressure. But when you have a teammate and you see what he goes through in terms of pressure, expectations, I bet it helps the other young players to kind of relax a little bit. Okay, I don't have that type of pressure. I can enjoy my role right now and what's expected out of me. So we keep coming back to joy and being relaxed to be able to perform really well. And it's so important. And it's just different ways of getting there. But having players that have to just deal with that type of pressure, I think just help them get perspective on the overall situation.
And Anson, you were talking about the players got to be patient. Management has to be patient too, and they were patient with their young guys, and it's paying off. These young guys are playing well, and they deserve to be playing where they're playing right now. Good for them.
On the other side of this is a Blues team that's is disappointed, right? I mean, you know, gave Winnipeg a run in the playoffs, had that great run to the end of the season last year. They are dead last in goal differential. Obviously, tonight didn't help. We've seen a couple weird situations with goalies the last couple of nights, right? Last night we saw the Islanders win 9-0, and Jacob Markstrom be in for all 9 goals. This is third period. This is late. And it's very clear at this point, at least it seems that way, that a goalie change is imminent. And have you ever seen this?
He doesn't want to come in.
Around the corner?
Put an air tag on him, Hank.
So certain arenas, the benches are really tight. So then you sit in the locker room and watch the game. And then if you know it happens, you have to come in. Sometimes it takes a minute for you to get ready. And I've had a couple of instances. I remember in Winnipeg, I was backing up. I was in the gym because and on the other side even watching the game. And I could see on the TVs, like, this does not look good. And I could see them communicating, oh, boy, I need to go in and get ready. And it's so hard when you've been sitting in a dark room like a gym and you walk out and it's so bright, it's loud, and you're like, it feels like you get thrown into something completely unexpected. It's different if you sit on the bench.
And be honest, you've had 2 bags of popcorn
At least.
with the hockey
Couple
stick.
hot dogs.
We're just in there.
Couple
We're
hot
just in there
dogs.
throwing
Montreal, I
weight
just had the hot
Oh,
dogs.
this is so much fun.
I
I
need
can
a
relax
mustard
tonight.
stain on my Rangers jersey.
on the A on the Ranger.
The shade shows in Montreal.
Oh, the hot dogs up there were
So
unreal.
good.
Were you
Oh, yeah.
sitting on the bench press? What were you doing?
It was like a big bouncy ball. I mean, it was just comfortable to sit there and watch. I was
The
talking to the
exercise
trainer.
ball?
You're so far away, you had to get into a golf cart.
But it
to
was
get
the
out there.
worst though when you get called in like that. Not a fan. Not a fan.
Yeah, there's 6 minutes left, and they're looking for the guy.
But I was never hiding like that. I never did that.
He was
around the
hiding,
corner.
wasn't he? He was hiding.
I think so. Looked like it.
Our cameras will always find you. 7-3, Hawks win. Get Hank an exercise ball.
Oprah said no proof. Not going in.